Not a vaccine, but a daily dose of normalcy.
Listen to it free on the stream or the free KZOZ app. Yes.
In hashtag form with Jeff and Jerry.
That's how everybody listened to us yesterday. You had to get the app. The app is free. You can download it to your phone. If you don't have a phone that takes apps, then, dude, you need to get a new phone. Apps are the key, man.
Are you singling out any listeners?
Just a few of you.
That texted in yesterday and said, I don't have a phone that can get apps.
I just can't even believe that's a thing anymore. But whatever. You can also stream us, KZOZ.com.
All the privacy concerns around information and data mining.
Alexa, we're on Alexa. Hey, Alexa, start KZOZ.
Also data mining.
Echoes, Google Home.
Also will mine your data.
Everybody, who cares?
What do you got to
hide?
While you listen to your favorite
You think anybody wants to sell a
tunes?
naked photo of you, fatty? Come on. That's what I tell myself.
I think it's
Nobody wants to see this.
They don't like their...
My wife doesn't even want to see this. She's like, please turn the lights off.
They don't like big tech reaching into their back pocket and taking their wallet out and then grabbing dollar bills out of it.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Maybe that might have something to
But
do with
yesterday was a good experiment. We had a lot of people listening. We gave away some tickets to Pat Benatar if you had the app, or you could listen to us on the stream.
Yeah, if you allowed us to mine your data.
When old, 70-year-old technology goes down, there's
new
technology
to save the day.
To save the day. And we were still a radio station yesterday. We were still working. We were all here. We just weren't in your car radios because of the transmitter issue. And that was all because of Pacific Gas and Electric. You may know them as PG&E. They not only start forest fires, but they also just randomly shut down radio stations to do maintenance.
What's the latest on this fire in South Lake Tahoe?
It's bad, Jeff.
I love that
It's bad.
place.
I guess it blew up over the weekend, and now they're evacuating South Lake Tahoe. And they've got thousands trying to evacuate. The roads are jammed because they've got a lot of closures, and there's only a couple of ways in and out of that area. So
50 is a huge, and the Calder fire is burning right along the 50, so it's closed.
Yeah,
and so getting out of there is a pain. That's probably why they started evacuating so early, I would think, with this fire. I think they'll get it controlled before it comes down into.
Why do you think that?
South Lake Tahoe.
I think you hope that.
Well, because it is still pretty far away from the town part of South Lake Tahoe.
I don't know. I clicked on this story, and I have to pay $9.99 to finish reading it. And I'm not going to do that.
Don't have to do that on a flip phone, Jeremy.
So I'll have to go to another source. That's actually on the computer. But I'll get more information before the show ends about where this fire's at, how close it is to South Lake. I'm telling you right now, it's very close to South Lake if they're evacuating South Lake. And the way the winds are going and the way they're going to pick up over the next couple of days, over 20 miles an hour, it's bad news for South Lake Tahoe. Now, they're going to do everything they can to save as many structures. That includes casinos, so everybody relax.
Well, the casinos, I think, they're even on the northern part of South
They're on the
Lake
California
Tahoe.
side.
They're on the Nevada side.
Well, they're on the Nevada side, obviously, by the California border.
Casinos.
Let me finish. Hashtag let me finish. Okay, I'm done.
I would say 80% of the towns in California. South
Yeah,
Lake
but
Tahoe.
I'm just saying, the casinos are in Nevada. Of course, they have to be, but it's right next to the border.
It is pretty close. It is pretty close down there. I'm looking at the map right now. That's so sad.
It's very sad. It's very sad.
Anyways.
Oh, we got more on Ivermectin.
My father-in-law uses this drug as a
is a dewormer for his horse?
Yes.
Because there's two. Ivermectin is made for animals like horses, large game animals, and they also have made it for human consumption to fight off parasites,
mice and stuff like that.
Yeah, and other things that you can get, like if you go to Mexico and you drink the water. Because I think I was prescribed Ivermectin a couple of years ago.
Really?
I got sick, and I have to go try to find the bottle. And my doctor gave me a prescription for something to kill the parasite that was in me, because I could not stop going number 2 like going number 1 out of my number 2. But anyways,
my father-in-law, who's a rancher, and he has a rancher in his heritage, he refuses to call it Ivermectin because it's commonly referred to by the ranching community as Ivermec.
Oh, okay. They don't like to add the
too
tin
many
in on
syllables.
there?
That's one too many.
Get that Ivermec over here. You mean ivermectin? Hell, you don't call it ivermectin. What the hell is that? It's ivermectin.
3 syllables is the max.
This is Jefferson, damn it. In Jefferson, we call it ivermectin.
Jefferson. 3 syllables.
We're going to start calling it Jeffy. Here's a track and feed manager. Very confused and upset about all the ivermectin being requested by people. Oh, my God.
I had a gentleman come in. It was an older gentleman. He told me that his wife wanted him to be on the ivermectin plan. And I told him this isn't safe for you to take. And he says, well, we've been taking it. And my only side effect is I can't see in the morning. That's a big side effect.
Jesus Christ. Don't take horse medicine.
Wait.
Go find a doctor that will prescribe you human grade ivermectin. Because it has been proven to shown that it works, but not from a horse feed supply store. From your doctor.
Case in point, this just broke yesterday. A judge in Cincinnati ordered a hospital to treat an ICU patient with ivermectin, despite CDC's warnings about ivermectin. A Butler County judge ruled in favor of a woman last week who sought to force a hospital to administer ivermectin in her husband after he's been in the ICU with COVID-19 for several weeks. The Butler County Commons judge ordered Westchester Hospital to treat Jeffrey Smith, who is 51 and he's been in the ICU with COVID-19, with ivermectin. The drug was originally developed to deworm livestock, as
yes,
pointed
but
out.
they have but the whole point of this is you can't just go to your feed store and ask for ivermectin for an animal because they're much bigger than you. I just figured people understood this. There is a human grade ivermectin that you can get from your physician if they will prescribe it. The problem is most physicians won't prescribe it. It's not easy to get, but there has been.
No, it's super easy to get.
Well, okay,
all of India has taken it.
Then they won't. They won't prescribe it for one reason or another. There are other doctors that are very pro doing it.
What is the reason?
I don't know, but I've talked to my doctor about it. He says no, I will not. That's not how we do it here.
Right.
That's not one of the drugs we use. And then he brought up 2 other drugs, the ones that are really expensive.
Oh, yeah. Well, did he say, we'll go ahead and do those?
No, I just was asking when I was there if I can get, so in case I get it, I could take it. And then I found another doctor through a friend of my wife, who was a doctor, who said that, yes, if you need ivermectin, I can get it for you. He says, but it's not something that I'm just putting out there. So
it's going to be very interesting to see what happens to Jeffrey Smith at the Westchester Hospital when he is now given 30 milligrams of ivermectin daily for the next 3 weeks. If he emerges from the ICU, then there might be some...
that story, Jeff. You got to follow it.
There might be some truth to what everybody is talking about in these
I would like to
ivermectin
know,
studies.
Because I feel like there's got to be some truth to it. Even what you told us about India.
A judge said, he wishes to have ivermectin. It is approved by the FDA. Give it to him. He has been in the ICU for several weeks, 3 weeks. We'll see how he does after it as a way of doing it.
Here's a veterinarian.
Anytime these drugs are used in an unattended manner, there's a really high likelihood of complication, and it's just not safe.
Yeah, don't take a pill that was meant for a horse, realizing that it is going to be way too much for you. But you can ask your physician about it. Ask your physician's assistant. Ask the nurse practitioner.
Brian writes in on Facebook. That's Jeff and Jeremy on Facebook, if you want to be friends with us. There are a few drugs that can seriously lay claim to the title of wonder drug, penicillin and aspirin being 2 that have perhaps had the greatest beneficial impact on the health and well-being of mankind. But ivermectin can also be considered alongside those worthy contenders based on its versatility, safety, and the beneficial impact that it has had and continues to have worldwide, especially on hundreds of millions of the world's poorest people. We've cited before on this program a study that was done on millions of people in India that have taken ivermectin, and then hundreds of thousands that have taken what are being called the vaccines. And the ivermectin stopped the spread or slowed the spread down to a snail's crawl in those states in India in which it was prescribed because they couldn't afford the vaccine. So they went to the ivermectin.
But they weren't giving people dosage meant for a 500 to 1,000-pound horse. So just remember that.
Don't go out to farm supply.
Yeah.
Buy a bunch of ivermectin.
Or Ivermectin. Or Ivermect, like they call it up there in Jefferson.
No
Jeffy.
No T, Jeremy. No,
Come on.
No T on it. It's just Ivermec.
Ivermec. Sorry. No T, son. It's just Ivermec, not Ivermec. I got to go hang out with your father-in-law. I like that guy. The more you talk about him, the more I'm like, does he fish?
Yeah. He's got some stocked ponds on his property. It's pretty fun.
How come you never invite me? You know we'd get along.
The stock prawns are awesome.
I got a Carhartt vest and everything.
That is my kind of fishing because these ponds are a little bit bigger than my swimming pool.
You would have loved hanging out with my dad. He used to take me to stock ponds, and you'd have to pay for the fish, and there'd be these giant trout in there. I looked at him. I'm like 9 years old. I'm like, Dad, this isn't fun. Like every time I put my rod in the water, he goes, I know, this is great. He did not like, the actual hunting for the fish.
My son is sorely mistaken on what fishing actually is.
Boy, one day he's going to be really pissed off.
And the only time I ever take him is the stock ponds on my father-in-law's property.
The great thing about fishing and golfing is, not every shot is going to be awesome. Not every cast is going to bring in a fish. But when you get it, it's that one that keeps you coming back.